Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on a 41-year-old from St. Petersburg, Russia. His hockey journey has taken him to Russia, Germany, and he is a legend of Israel. He ran amok with the junior program in Krefeld and then broke into the adult game with the Rattinger Ice Aliens. And in 3 relegation matches, fun fact, folks, he had 17 points in 3 games played, 9 goals. He had his way with the German Fourth League for over a decade, putting up 434 points in 284 games played. Then him and his twin brother, Shed Guy Mikhail, became pioneers and legends of the Israeli hockey scene, joining the Bat Yam Dolphins, and is a 2-time Israeli champion with those Dolphins. But that's just the tip of why he is a legend in Israel. He has earned 2 bronze medals with Team Israel, and in 2018-19, a gold medal. And while winning that gold for fun, ran amok, having the most apples in the tourney and the most goals and points by a D-man. But I'm not sure if he is a D-man. He is now turning his muck running skills towards coaching, and just this past season was the head coach of the U18 Team Israel and won another gold medal. Winning is fun, folks. And naturally was just appointed head coaching duties for the men's squad of Israel. Welcome back to the shed, Evgeni Kozhevnikov. That was a long intro.
Yeah, it was long. Hi, nice to see you too. Happy to be back.
Yeah, nice to see you again. Last time I saw you, you were in Israel mucking it up, and you had just got high stuck and like lost a tooth, right?
Yeah, it was last time. Yeah, it was right the day after that. But sometimes those things happen in hockey, right?
Yeah, well, they do happen.
It's okay. It was
knock
good.
knock on wood. I went
Still
10
working on it.
Oh yeah, there you go. So are they putting are you gonna get like the mouth guard thing that you can pop the tooth in and out? Those are always fun.
No, I will get like an implant, and like I don't need it. I'm not playing too much anymore, so I can get regular teeth. It's important for me. I'm also working, and it's good to have like
It's nice to have all
real
your
teeth.
teeth in the real world, eh?
Yeah.
I would say I got very lucky a few times in my career, but yeah, I played 10 years and I never wore a mouth guard. And I tell you, the whole mouth guard thing, it's pretty interesting. Like, I never wore one, and you should see what they're like in minor hockey around here, man. If a kid loses their mouth guard in the middle of play, like the ref wants to give them 10-minute penalties for it coming out. And it's like, well, what if it's an accident? Like, it's like, what do they actually do? These kids are wearing cages. Like, anyways.
Yeah, but the same things started from this season on in Germany too. So up, if you like, I'm coaching the U15 team in Düsseldorf, and they like actually they have to wear a mouth guard too, but they're not too strict right now because it just started the season, but it's
Wow,
coming.
they are strict around here, but I get into how we know each other. I guess we met in Heilbronn 2012-13 when your twin brother was my neighbor and teammate, right?
Yes, of course. I was visiting him a couple times and watching some games also, and we met
Yeah,
there and chatted a little bit a long time ago.
yeah, a long time ago. And that's what I love about doing this is getting to see old friends and getting to catch up and get to know them better. Because, you know, even me and your brother that year we played together, like we knew each other, but like you don't like really know a guy until they get to the shed, you know?
That's right. Yeah, and
Uh,
it's finally nice to meet everybody after all the years and after their careers and see how everybody is going. Right?
well, it's so much fun. I'm just having the time of my life out here. But other way we know each other was episode 302, your debut in the shed with your brother and Jesse, Michelle, and Bushy, the Bushbacker, right?
Yeah, it
That
was a great time.
it was a great time, and well, I guess you guys were in Israel at that point, and you know, it's weird starting this because Israel, that part of the world, always seems so far away and like just not really to do with me, you know, like I didn't know anything about the country. I didn't know anything about the people. I didn't know anything about anything. I just, you know, and then since coming to the shed and getting to know your brother better, and then bushbacker, and then I have people start following, and you know, you have messages back and forth with guys in Israel and in that league, and like you guys were all raving about Israel and the time you were having in that league, and I love promoting it. I love people having fun playing hockey, but I guess it's there's a lot going on over there, eh?
Yeah, right now is a difficult situation, and not, of course, political. But I think we should not talk about that too much today.
No,
We should focus on hockey, but also hockey-wise, it's also tough. But I guess we'll come to that a little later, because
right.
we started, because the practicing is tough for the kids, because like traveling through the country is not really safe right now. But still, I just today talked to some guys, to some people, and they still try to practice, try to keep it going, you know.
Well, that's great. And yeah, like I just hope everybody's safe over there. And yeah, like it was interesting for me because when it started, like I was always ranked in the top podcasts in Israel, and then all of a sudden I've been out ever since, and it just makes me worried. I mean, you know, it's,
Yeah,
it's
actually, I don't know why that happened, but actually, I think right now, for the most people, the world changed. I
yeah,
hope for not for too long, but hockey
right.
is not number one anymore for a
No,
lot of people. So maybe
no,
that's the point.
yeah. And but you were just named Team Israel's men's head coach.
Yes, not only men's head coach, I'm coaching actually all three teams, like U18, U20, and the men's head coach.
How do you do
And
all
that
that?
decision, yeah, actually, it was in the federation a lot of things going on. The head of the federation changed, and we're having a couple of talks, and we're trying to to do a new kind of a new program. And we were talking about growing players, and to have like a system for like the same system of preparation, the similar system for playing for like all three ages. So we try, so we said it makes sense if the head coach would be the same for all the three teams.
So
But
yeah, then it's the same systems, you're teaching the same things, and then everybody can be playing the same way, right?
yes, that's right. And since I'm not living in Israel, and we have great coaching teams, we have 9 other coaches. Some of them we were talking about also on the last time we were in Israel. There were still Ilya Spector, Aviv Milner, Kirill Polozov, Nikita Lukin, and also other guys there coaching, Itai Bentov, and they are living in Israel and they're coaching there. And we have a lot of conversations about how we want to play and how we want to prepare our players. And so like the coaching team is like pretty big.
Yeah,
And
with you not being in
right
Israel,
before,
you'd need guys coach on your staff or that coach with you that know your vision and how you want them to be playing and how to prepare, right?
yes, of course, that's right. But on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, it's also they're all experienced guys, and the more experience we have as a coaching team, like within our coaching team, with the coaching staff, and everybody can bring something to it, bring something to the table. So far, it was great work all together, and I'm responsible for their work, and I'm responsible for how they practice, and of course, I'm responsible for coaching
Yeah. And
when the
I don't know how you got into all this coaching, but like I love it, man. I having a time. I'm coaching an under 13 boys team right now. We just had our first tournament. We had a tough preseason, and then we went to a tournament, and I mean, we were playing against all pretty good teams. We only manhandled one team, and then we won 4 games straight. We won 3 by 1 goal, and we went to the finals and played a team we had beat 1-0. Walkerton, which is just down the road, and like it was another great hockey game. And we were down 2-1 with like 4 minutes left. Missed a wide open chance. They come down and score to make it 3-1, get an empty netter. Then they got a cheese ball one at the end to make it 5-1, but like it was 2-1 with 4 minutes left. And my goodness, I love competing. I love playing for trophies. And it didn't go our way yesterday, but boy, did it get my competitive juices flowing again, you know?
It sounds like you're doing a great job, and all games were close, and
We
like
got
you
it.
have
We,
good defense, good defense.
and that's what's fun about all this was like I coach with I try to use all the knowledge of all the coaches I had, all my teammates, and I taught these kids D zone the exact same way Derek Clancy taught me in the East Coast, who is now the assistant GM of the Leafs. And it was paint the D zone and show them where their quadrant was, and then the center just goes and supports. And to see these kids grow in a couple weeks and how they just got it and they weren't trying to do too much, they were all just doing their jobs. Like it's pretty neat to see kids start to get it, you know?
Yes, that's absolutely what I love about that too, because especially like in my coaching job right now, where the kids are under 15, and last year I was coaching also an under 13 team, and within a couple of weeks, within a couple of months, they make such huge steps,
Yeah.
and once you get them, like to work, once you get them, once they get the feeling, they trust you as a coach, and they listen to you, and you see how they develop, and you see how they're growing, and see how much fun they have by working and winning games. It's an
There's nothing like
unbelievable
it, eh?
feeling, and
It
it's
really is. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I love playing. I mean, I'm maybe not that good anymore, but I love playing hockey. But coaching is definitely another level of enjoyment, and
I
it's
actually
great.
I like coaching more than playing. I get to try and build the culture of a team. I get to try and teach them how to be teammates, how to talk to each other, how to treat each other. And like, yeah, I tried to teach them how to be a shed guy. And to see like we have 2 years together. So it's like a completely, my son's a first year, so he's playing against all older kids. So these are all new kids I've never really coached. And to see them come together, the two age groups coming together, and they're just a team. It's not the first years and the second years. They're just everybody's mixing it up together. There's no little groups of friends. It's like the whole team all the time. And it was exactly how I wanted to see my team interact in a hotel. It was awesome.
Wow, it sounds really great. It's a pretty similar system here in Germany. We're also like two ages, or 2 years, and of course the younger kids and elder kids. But to see how they work together and how they develop is very great. And especially if you have success with them, and they have success on their own also, because every kid is developing a different way. It's really amazing, and that's what I really like about coaching, and like
And
coaching a team
you must be
over a
pumped.
season.
Yeah, over a season it would be different than like so for these teams you're going to coach though. It's just for the world championship, right? So you just how long would you have to prepare and then go to a tournament or to the tournament?
Look at actually like the longest camp I've ever had with a national team was 4 days, maybe 5 days. So it's not a long time. But on the other hand, we don't have that many players in Israel. So I'm not picking like 20 players out of 200. We have
Mhm.
like, and the players are really close, because whether they play in the Israeli league or on the national team, it's almost it's almost always the same team. So they know each other pretty well,
Yeah.
and that helps.
Yeah,
That
that would be
helps
a
really.
small
But
it'd be a small hockey family in Israel, right? You guys don't have that many players and you guys would be like a tight hockey family, right?
yes, of course, and that helps really much, because because I know a lot of guys from my time now in the summer league or back in the days, but of course not the young kids from the U18. I don't know them too much, but the U20 team, and also of course the men's team, I know those guys pretty well. So that really helps me coaching and preparing them. And like I said before, we started like a new program where the kids will come, they will be prepared for the world championship. So we will not start by zero. They will have their like playbooks, or call it whatever, however you want, but they
Yeah.
will be prepared. And I'm also talking to the coaches and also to players,
So you're always
we try to.
communicating with the guys that will be on these teams,
Yes.
and you need to stay together, especially when you wouldn't get to see them most of the winter, right? So where and what are you doing now? So you're coaching under 15 in Dusseldorf.
Yes. Yeah. It's not my
And
main
that
job.
that's your main job, or no? That's not. That's just for.
Yeah, it's not. It's not just for fun, because this, like, Düsseldorf is like a very good organization, and many traditions. We have great coaching staff in Düsseldorf. You probably know a couple of guys. Like, I think he was a shed guy, Brad Warren.
Yeah, that's right. He is a shed
Yeah,
guy.
he is a shed guy, and he's not part of the coaching staff right now, but he was a part of the coaching staff in Düsseldorf.
Well, it's
We
a
have
hockey town, isn't it, Dusseldorf? I've been to a game to watch Dusseldorf play when Big Sexy was there, Justin Kelly, and that's a hockey town, eh?
Yeah, it's definitely a hockey town. They're not doing. They had not a great start to the season right now, but yesterday they beat Mannheim
Oh yeah,
4-1. Yeah, I
that's
think
a big win.
it's a big win, and I think that was their first home win this season. So, but it's definitely a hockey town, and we have a lot of tradition in hockey here, and we have a great area here to play hockey, because we have a lot of hockey clubs here. Cologne is not far away, Krefeld is not far away, and we have like also a lot of smaller cities which also have hockey
Hockey.
teams.
Yeah.
So it's great actually, and like I said, Düsseldorf also doing a very good job because it's all started with coaches, and we have a great coaching team. We have a lot of former players. I probably know some of them too. Eddie Lewandowski is coaching the U20 team. Last year he was still playing, and he was a national team player. We have Tino Boos, who was the national team captain of Germany. You probably know him too, like
Yeah.
from your times in Germany.
And these
And
guys are all coaching
also,
in Dusseldorf and giving back to the game. That's hockey. That's good stuff.
yes, and they're living in Düsseldorf. They were born in Düsseldorf. They were also playing for the junior team in Düsseldorf, which is like they give it back also the Düsseldorf tradition, and that's great.
Yeah, that is great. I love to hear that when hockey guys are teaching people how to hockey, that's what hockey needs. I see it in minor hockey around here. Like when I'm coaching against someone, I see like kind of what goes on and what they're saying. And like there are some non-hockey people coaching hockey, and man, they can do some strange stuff sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is, and and still it's. I'm an assistant coach. The guy I'm working with, Patrick Buzash, he was also playing national team and the DL for years, and it's different mentality.
Yeah.
You can, and that's what we teach kids. You can win games, you can lose games, but still we're teaching them how to play hockey and how to become a hockey player.
Yeah.
And
And how to handle a loss and or a win, right? And it's
of
yeah.
course,
Yeah.
of course, best
Yeah,
players in the world win games, lose games, but it doesn't mean anything. Like, you have to work on that, and you have to develop as a hockey player, as a person, and that's what we teach them. And I think someone who have the experience because he did it himself can teach it way more better than someone who didn't.
you can definitely relate to different things that they're going through or that you see happen. And yeah, that's what's interesting is that there's quite a few guys coaching that aren't hockey guys, but then this team Walkerton that we played in the finals and had an epic round robin game where we beat him 1-0. Their coach is like a nice guy, and I can tell he gets hockey, and I can tell he knows how to coach. And it's like, gosh, I want to hate you. Like, why are you so nice? But we're gonna have a hell of a battle all year, us and this other squad. It's gonna come down to us fighting for it, I think, in numerous tournaments, and then for the whole deal. It's I gotta teach my guys how to hockey better than that guy teaches his kids how to hockey, and I guess we'll see where we're at the end of the year, right?
That's the point. You always want to win the last game of the season, right?
Yes, that's what it's all about. Winning is fun, right?
Yeah, winning is so much fun. Yeah.
And so you just won a gold medal with your U18 squad. That must have been fun.
Yeah, it was a great experience. First of all, it was in Iceland, and like Iceland, it's a country you probably heard about, but it was not on my list. And
Of
but
where to go,
it's
and then you get to go there, eh?
yeah, and then you get to go there, and it was. I mean, probably it's nothing special for you in Canada, but it was like real winter, like really cold, and was a great experience and a great. It's a great country with great nature, and to see all that is was really nice. And of course, like you said, winning is fun, and we kind of with the team, they kind of we get together, we get the contact. They started to trust me. It was a hard work, but at the end, when you win, so probably I made, or we as a team, we made a couple of things right.
Well,
You
it's
know what I mean?
lifelong memories, and like I always say,
Yeah,
is winning makes you brothers for life. Like when you've gone through something like that and you know what you're willing to do for each other, when you end up winning it all, and it's just such a different relationship for the rest of your lives, you know?
of course, that's something we. I mean, I'm really happy for the guys, and for me, it was was also great to be a part of that group. But like, that's something we will share together forever.
Yeah.
It's and
So was
I
it a
know
final game that you had to beat another team, or was it like a round robin most points?
actually it was a round robin most points, but it came down to the last game when we were playing Iceland, and we had to beat them to
To
because
win it?
they have. Yeah, we lost one game. I think our second game we lost one game, and they didn't lose any game. So if we beat them, we
Then it,
gold. If they beat
yeah.
us, their gold. So it was
And
kind
what
of
was this?
both.
What was the score?
What was the score? Actually, I don't remember. I don't really remember because it was a really tough game. Like they had the home ice, and I think we beat them like 5-1 or 5-2.
Oh,
But we have also like one or two empty netters,
so it was
and
close right to the end. Yeah.
we had a major penalty in the third. We played the third period. We had like 10 or 12 penalty minutes. We played like 3 minutes, three against five. One of our top players got a major penalty, and we had like our second D, like the first one of the
Top four.
he had
Yeah.
a one on yeah top 4D. He had a little injury, played through the injury, and all the guys bite in, and even those guys who didn't have that much ice time and they were not complaining. They were like really
But
good
it
on the
takes
bench. We had a
it
good
takes
bench.
everybody to win, and the guys that
Yeah,
don't get as much ice time in those big moments, if they got to have the right attitude too. They have to be
yeah,
on the bench cheering as loud as everyone else, and they need
yeah.
to be a part of it, because when those guys start sulking and acting like, little bitches, then that's what you don't win like that.
Yes, and actually that was we had a lot of talks about that
Yeah.
before, and so in that last game, that finally everything worked out. The penalty killing was amazing. Our goalies goaltending were great, and like we scored it. You always need a little bit luck, but
Yeah.
but it doesn't come. Luck doesn't come
I it
just
was
like
it
that.
was
You have
it
to
was
work
like
for it.
it was like my speech kind of yesterday. A bit of it was like, in these final games, it's not the most talented teams. It's really does come down to who wants it more. Like who
Yeah,
who digs down deep the most is going to win that game. And for my team, we ran out of gas. We had 1 out of 3 lines had a good game, and the other two didn't have as strong of an effort. But then it's like when I look back at my coaching performance, I think I might have made a mistake, because we got a 5-on-3 for almost 2 minutes, and we
yeah.
had never had time to practice 5-on-3 yet, because we were just getting started. And I thought it was 1-1 with a minute left in the second period, and we get this 5-on-3, and we had just been rolling 3 lines because we got 3 equal lines. And I decided to take a timeout, put out the guys I thought could get it done. They don't score in that last minute of the second, so then I start the third period with that same line out, and we don't score. And I could just feel it, that it's like, if you don't score in that 5-on-3, you don't win this game. you know
Oh man. So what would you have done better?
Well,
Other guys?
I think if I would have just let them keep playing and just kept rolling it instead of taking a timeout and putting out those five, I don't know, because when I did draw it up for them and I never got to actually practice it with them and I drew up like the box with the guy in front, like they still didn't get it. They went out there and they were kind of in the wrong spots. And I'm like, you didn't understand what I drew up here and it
Yeah.
didn't work. And then it's like, geez, did I explain it wrong? Should I have just let them go out and play and not overthink this? Because sometimes if the kids start overthinking where they need to be, then their feet stop moving, right?
Yeah.
So
Actually, we don't teach them like power play and those stuff. We don't teach them a lot. Even in the other U13, we do not. U15, we kind of talk them, but we're not practicing it too much. But
see,
so we let them play.
they've never practiced on any of this stuff, and I've been
Yeah,
trying to like each practice build and build to like at least they have somewhat of an idea where to be standing on a power play and to have a guy in front and
yeah.
but yeah, it that I
But
guess
but on the other hand,
yeah, we
yeah.
get
But
to
on the
play
other
them
hand,
again. We get to play them again next time, right?
yes, you get to play them again like next time, and even if they didn't score, you're in the final game of a tournament, which is no matter which level, it's for the kids, it's big deal.
When you learn a lot,
And
whether you win or lose that game,
yeah,
it teaches
of
like it.
course.
I think
And
there was a lot of teaching for my team. I think they could learn a lot from that game, and I learned as a
of course,
coach too a bit, So
yeah, of
yeah,
course. And those guys will, for those guys, even if they didn't score, it was a big experience to be there in that situation. And next time they will deliver.
yep, yep, I have no doubt about it. So you guys won it in Iceland. So then I guess it's under 18. Do you guys have a time
Yeah.
after that, or how does that work? They're kind of young, eh?
No, no, no.
Yeah.
We had to leave the same evening
Oh, really?
because because we had a long ride to the airport, and so but of course under 18, I don't know about the guys. I mean, I had a couple beers with the
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah, yeah, for sure you did.
Yeah, but
Um, oh, that would have been such an experience to win with an under 18, like, and like your country, right?
yeah, it's no matter which level it is, I think it's always the biggest honor in any sports to represent your country, and
For sure.
I totally enjoyed it. And to after the, especially, I mean, after you win it and you hear the national anthem and you can like sing it, and
Yeah. That'd
it's
give you
always
chills,
something.
eh? You get the hair standing up on the
Yeah,
back of your neck. Uh,
yeah,
man, I
yeah,
love those moments when you've just won it and you're with all your buddies. It's just as fun
yeah,
as life gets.
yeah. It's actually those things you will remember forever, right?
Forever. Yeah, it's like the opposite of
And
losing.
I mean, losing some. I mean, there are tough losses which I still remember in my life, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
if you lose a final, somehow you got there, right?
No, and that's
So
the guys that you go to the finals with too, is you have that
yeah,
lifelong relationship too, that like you guys know you were in it all for the right reasons. We'd all do whatever we could, and we just came up a little bit short. It's like that team in Helbron, with your brother.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
we underachieved all year. We had good players. We didn't play good enough, and then we got put out first round. And when that season
after
ended,
you
it just was
after
so.
you
Huh?
led the series by 3-0, and then you still blew it by like no.
That was like the year before I got there. They blew it
Okay, yeah.
or something, but no, we lost. We lost to Schwinnigan in like
Schwinnigan, yeah.
five games, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, like we just weren't good enough. But then like it's weird because the people I chat in the shed with, and like a lot of it are the people I won with. And like that Hellbron team, I really didn't stay that in contact with that many of them. And when that season ended, it was all kind of like, well, we came, we played, now we leave. And it's like there was we didn't
Yeah.
have that, you know,
Connection.
yeah,
Yeah.
we just didn't have it that year. And it sucks when you have those years because they're not that memorable, you know.
Yeah, of course. But I'm sure.
I better plug this though before I forget. Is right now at aleshockeytales.com, I have 5 Ryan O'Reilly signed hockey pucks up for raffle. They're £1 a piece or whatever that would be in a euro or Canadian. I don't know, but they're £1 a ticket, and there'll be 5 winners of 5 O'Reilly signed pucks. And there's a signed Robert Dowd t-shirt, the captain of the Sheffield Steelers, that he even sweat in. And we're putting up a raffle of a 2 Ales and Hockey Tales jersey. So get your tickets at aleshockeytales.com, right? Boom, did it. Plugged.
Yeah.
Right. Poster pictures brought to you by Freeman Designs. One picture, I zoomed in on it. That's the Bat Yam Dolphins. And there weren't that many guys smiling in that picture.
Yeah, we were just talking about losing finals, right?
Yeah. So after we chatted, you guys were getting ready for the playoff run. And I was hoping for a shed boost for the Bat Yam Dolphins, but I guess you guys came up a little bit short in the finals, eh?
Yes, but still, once again, after that game, there were so many guys coming towards me and towards us, and they said like, this final game that was probably the best hockey game ever played in Israel.
That's cool. Yeah. And the level's just going up and up there, right?
Yes. I mean, like, to be honest, like this summer league is a great project. It's like, but it's like amateur hockey, you know, like the level is getting better by, of course, by adding David Levine, by adding like Phil Bushbacher, by adding Jesse, by adding like a lot of other guys. The level is raising, but still the level is not, it's not that high.
It's not where where you want it to be yet.
Yeah, it's not the end, but I'm sure it will grow. But still, I mean, Netanya, we played Netanya in the final, and they were the better team.
Yeah,
they were the better team. The game was pretty close. After like we had like, I think at the end of the second, we had like really a couple bad decisions. We got like, you know, kind of lost the puck. So I mean, like, we got some stupid goals, but still, the people enjoyed that, and the people came towards us, and people still like were saying it was a great hockey game, and they enjoyed to see that hockey game in Israel, and that's what's something like really made me proud of. And
you guys have made a lot of history in a short period of time, you and your brother, for Israeli hockey, and it's history.
I mean,
yeah,
nice to hear. It's nice to hear. I mean,
no, but it's pretty neat. But the one thing I was thinking about when you're talking about there was a couple silly mistakes is like those championship games, like those are like, you have to play a championship game to win a championship. It's like you can't have a bad pinch, you can't have bad turnovers. Like everybody has to be on the same page. And it reminds me of when the Cardiff Devils won the Challenge Cup, and when I was there in 2015. It's a 1-game final against Sheffield, who was an unbelievable team too. And that game was like, both teams played an awesome hockey game, and there were no mistakes. And it ended up 2-1, and it was just an unbelievable battle. But like, we didn't make a mistake, and that's how we won.
Yeah, that is how it is. That's why everybody's saying like playoff or like championship games are different than regular season games. That's it, because
and they are
every mistake, and they are for some reason they are, but that's also the reason why it's so much fun to play it again. And believe me, still, I mean, I'm at that age now where I can say, of course, I always want to win, but I still, like, looking back, and still I can say I enjoyed that time and I enjoyed that game. And the other team Netanya was better at that day.
Oh, yeah.
We had a chance to beat him. We didn't realize our chances. And after the game, we shake hands. We have, I mean, and I have a lot of friends on that team too. And after like half an hour, when we calmed down, I went to the locker room, and like we had a couple of beers together, and
and the season's over. We competed, we did it, and I'm the same way. It's like, let's go out there, give it our best effort, and leave it all out there, and then then we can all be hockey guys afterwards and get along.
Yes, and now none of them will be on the national team roster.
Cut them all. Oh man, that's good stuff. So what's the poster pic of you and Mikhail, and then there's another fella, and he's wearing a blue jersey that has like it's almost like a Chicago Blackhawks type logo on it. You know, like
Bald head,
I
the
don't.
guy.
I just wrote down that note. I don't know.
I
I
think
didn't know
it's
who he was.
let me take a look, but you know who it is? It's Martin Straka.
Is it
Yeah, I guess so. It was. Let me check.
Martin Straka? I always liked
Oh,
him. He's a good player.
I don't know if that's the picture you mean, but we went to like a hockey tournament, or we had a couple exhibition games in Czech Republic, and we played them some good teams, and he was playing on one of those teams. So
That's cool.
after that, of course, took a picture
Yeah,
together.
for
You know,
sure.
like he's a legend. He's a true legend, and played I don't know how many years in the NHL and World Championships and whatever. Like,
Yeah. And so then there's another poster pic. It's you, your brother, and another fella. And it looks like you guys have just been given a gift and you're in your Team Israel jerseys. Right?
yes, there was that was a game against Russian legends, like against Slava Fetisov and his fellas. From
Really?
it was a exhibit. They were in Israel, like yes, and we played them, and that was also that's a project, also another project in Israeli hockey, which we are part of, and yes, there were like also a couple big names. Like not everybody came there to play, but there also on the roster. Makarov was on the roster. Krutov, not Krutov, Kasatonov was there playing, and a lot of other elder
That's
legends.
cool. That's cool for a game
Uh,
like that to happen in Israel.
Makarov didn't play, and Larionov couldn't make it, but also like the team is the Russian team is like traveling all over the world with the Slava Fetisov's projects and playing, and we were fortunate enough to place those really big legends.
Yeah, that'd be a fun day.
And I scored one.
Attaboy. That's like just in this small little town here in Kincardine, they brought Wendell Clark for a game,
Oh,
and they had a team that played with Wendell Clark, and they came and played a team. They put together a fellows around here from Kincardine, and they asked me to play when I was new to town. And then I went out there and I had to show Wendell I could play, right? And so then it turned into like me and Wendell, like we were competing in the quarters, and like that guy still got it, man.
of course.
Yeah.
He's still wearing his mustache.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then we went out for beers after. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he has some nice stories, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, and it's pretty neat that a guy like that makes a name for himself. Like he's such a legend that like they pay him handsomely to show up and play a hockey game and have a couple beers and then go home.
It's a nice job, huh?
That's when you've made it.
Yeah, that's when you made it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's still living in Toronto, right?
So
He's
yeah,
still,
somewhere around there. Yeah. So but yeah, that was a pretty cool day. And it's fun when you get on the ice with legends, right?
of course, that was.
Next poster pick, you got the IIHF trophy. So that's when you win it. I still think all hockey trophies should be cups so you can drink out of them. But that's just like you can't even put anything in there.
Yeah, believe me, we had a couple drinks after that. But I totally agree. It would have been great if you can drink out of the cup. It's a
If
different
anybody's
feeling.
listening to us in my shed, all the hockey guys wants a cup to win.
Yes.
Right? Be better, IIHF.
Change it, please.
So another poster pick is of Team Israel. And one beef I got, since you're the coach, and I can tell you now, is I know it's expensive and you guys probably don't have the budget, but your goalies had green pads and the other guy had red pads, and you guys are blue.
Yeah, we're looking for sponsors.
Just food for thought. If anybody can sponsor Team Israel, let's get these goalies some blue and white pads, right?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Yes.
It would be great.
But, yeah, but since we don't have that much money in the federation, everybody like plays own equipment, and saying the one goalie is the green pads. He came from Russia, from Kazan, big team also, and that's their colors. And the other guy is playing in, I don't know if it's Czech Republic or Slovakia somewhere in the university league, and there they were
That whatever.
red
Yeah,
and
they have what they have, and that's also part of how like you win, and it's a culture. It's like things aren't always going your way. You don't always have the biggest budget, but it's like the people that just get up and carry on and do the best they can with what they got are the people that win, right? The people that get negative and say we don't have this, we don't
yeah,
have that, why don't we have this? And it's like, well, we don't have it, so let's move on, right?
right. Of course, we can do nothing about it. We have a great persons working, but it's
Yeah.
not that there are too many guys who wants to sponsor Team Israel in ice hockey.
Well, we'll get there, right? Um,
Yeah.
but you wear number 4. Why do you wear
Yeah.
number 4?
I think I told the story the last time we were talking, right?
I talked to so many people. I don't know what I asked.
Look, it's okay. It's actually kind of funny, like because when we played the first world championship with Team Israel, it was in New Zealand, and when myself and Misha, when we arrived there, I actually always wear number 10, and Misha wear number 4. But back in the days, I was a little bigger. Now I lost some weight, and so the number 10 jersey just didn't fit.
So okay.
And that's why we switched, and that's actually also why I was enlisted as a D at the IHF and was the best scoring D man.
I was gonna say I saw the poster pics of you playing hockey, and you're a power forward, aren't you?
I'm not a D man, but it's okay. Like,
But when you
good,
say
looking
you've
good,
lost
right?
some weight, there was one of your poster pics where you're full gear, and you look
Yeah.
like a monster, man.
Yeah, it was too much. It was too much after my last surgery on my knee, which was like I think 2 years ago. My doc says if I didn't know you and I would just have seen your knee, I would say like 70 years old. And I was like, doc, what about hockey? And he was like, hey, you're a big kid. You know what to do. You have to lose some weight. And I love hockey so much, and so I kind of
Yeah,
started to watch what I'm eating and practicing, working out a little bit, and now
that's good. No,
feeling better.
yeah, I'm sure you feel better. I haven't really got into that other than I get out and coach the kids.
Oh, you're looking good.
I find that the kids as they get older, you participate on like even more activities. Like now my kid's into baseball too, and man, it's amazing how much baseball I've had to play and like all the stuff. But yeah, like it's actually the best thing for me is coming out to my shed and talking, and it gives me more energy in the day. I'm a happier person. And I can do more things because I'm in a better mind space mentally, and it's just from doing this.
That's cool. Most important thing is you feel good, right?
Yeah, if you're happy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
do
I'm
what you
pretty
want to
happy
do.
now. I'm pretty happy now, and yeah, and I'm trying to keep it now, not to gain more weight.
So one of your other poster pics, I zoomed in, and you're taking a picture with a guy on the Mighty Camels. That's a pretty cool hockey name, the Mighty Camels.
Yeah, I have a jersey. I have the jersey. Those guys are also twins, and it was like I said, it's another project, and we played. It was actually the first game ever between Arabs and Jewish, like Arabic and Jewish team, and we played in Dubai.
Really?
Yeah, we played in Dubai, and
You
those
guys
are
have done
like,
some cool shit from the
yeah,
game of hockey, haven't you? Iceland, New Zealand, Dubai. Where else have you gone?
we have been to Spain twice. There were two championships. We have been to Bulgaria. We have been to Israel, of course,
Yeah.
obviously, and Mexico. We played another where we won gold. Mexico was great, and
You won gold in Mexico.
Croatia. Yeah,
Wow, that would have been fun.
that was great fun. It was a good party after it. I
Yeah, it
tell
would
you.
be.
I can tell you.
Well, the research team needs to be better because I didn't have any of that down for the places your hockey journey has taken you. But it is pretty
Yeah.
neat where hockey can take you when you love playing the game and then you get to travel the world and see all this different stuff. playing the game you love?
It definitely is. I can tell you, like, I never played like top divisions in Germany. I played Germany 3, Germany 4, but after my career in the minor leagues in Germany ended, my real hockey life started. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's true.
Because now it's really fun to traveling around the world and have all those tournaments, meet all those guys, and also in Israel. I mean, we've been to Israel since 1992 when we were kids, but now through hockey we found like our second family. There are so many guys, so many great personalities, and it's really unbelievable. And that's a great thing about the sports and about the hockey, that brings the people together.
I couldn't agree more. And it's like, to relate is what I'm doing now is like, I had my hockey family and I had my friends from my career, but from doing this and my hockey family, my shed family has grown. It is way bigger, and I know way more people around the game than before I started this. And it's like, I knew your brother, but like we had just seen each other in passing in Heilbronn.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really know each other. And then it's the same for all these new players that are in pro right now that I'm talking with. And it's like, I get to know them. I start caring about them, and then I start following how they're doing in hockey. And it's fun to see where everybody goes, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. And like I said, the hockey is fun, but even more is like you meet great personalities, great people, and it's like,
Like-minded people too, right? Like hockey
yeah,
got, it's like around here, there's not that many guys that have played hockey and like been a professional and know what it's like. And like, I don't have anybody to really talk to about any of this with around here. So this is a nice outlet for me to get to be myself for an hour or so, right?
yeah, of course. And then I can tell you, even I mean, even we didn't want to touch this, but now when the war started, I had so many phone calls from all the hockey guys because they know my grandmother is living there by her own, and they were calling me and my brother and asking, "Can we help? Can we bring? Can we go? Like, does she need something? You know, like what I mean." And
That's
it's
so hockey.
unbelievable.
That's awesome. That that just, yeah, that's as hockey as it gets. There's
Yeah.
great people around this sport.
Yes.
Mhm.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yes. So you guys were born in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Yes.
How long did you live there for?
We lived there till we got 10 years old, and
Right,
then we moved. Family moved to Germany, and we
right.
played there in St. Petersburg.
So do you speak Russian?
Yes, fluent.
Fluent Russian, fluent
Better,
German, fluent
yeah.
English.
Ah, English is
You're doing a
not that fluent.
podcast in English. This is your third language.
Yes, I understand everything.
Running amok. You're doing great. That's awesome though. That's cool. You know that many languages. Like I got pretty good at German and then I don't really use it anymore, right? So ich verstanden viel, aber ich vergessen viel, oder? Ich nicht arbeiten bei mein Deutsch.
Wir haben schon letztes Mal ein bisschen Deutsch gesprochen, und
Genau.
du machst das auch sehr, sehr gut, finde ich. Dafür, dass
Ah,
du
Dankeschön.
schau, 10 Jahre hast du bestimmt nicht mehr Deutsch gesprochen, oder?
Genau,
Oder wie
ja.
lange?
Yeah,
Genau.
aber one wedding, there was a German couple there, and I hadn't used my German in like 6 or 7 years. This is Carl Hudson's wedding in Canada. He had a couple come over from Germany that they had been close with when he was in Kaufbeuren. And I told them in German, I said, I don't understand English. I only know German. So they were only allowed to talk to me in German for the night so I could practice.
Oh, it's great. It's great. But I mean, if you have like a couple drinks, your German's getting better, right?
Way better. Way
Way
better.
better.
Yeah. The confidence is through the roof. uh so then you guys moved to Germany, and then like were you guys already into hockey when you're in Russia?
Yes, yes. We started to play. We played St. Petersburg,
Right. I
the
knew
junior
this.
team.
See, we have talked about this before. For
Yeah,
sure,
you
you're
talked to my brother probably about that before, right?
for sure. Be better, Walton, right? We already know this, folks. Listen to his brother's episode too, then you'll know everything, right?
Probably, yes.
So yeah, you go to Dusseldorf, then you get right into the hockey scene there, and you guys have been in Dusseldorf since, eh? Or that area.
Yeah, we lived in Duisburg first, and we play actually the junior teams. I didn't play in Düsseldorf. We played in Krefeld,
Right.
probably of the Christian Ehrhoff.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah.
He was our teammate then,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, he is 1 year younger, but he was already strong in the junior teams. So he played always like with the elder guys, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, in Krefeld, and then Misha went pro, and I played in the minor leagues in
So yeah, you
Germany.
basically play in the German fourth league most of the time. So do
Yeah,
you get, is it kind geld? Do you get any money for that league, or do you pay to
yeah,
play, or
sure.
you get a little bit?
No, no, yeah, we a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty young in that time, but there were elder guys who were also professional players. They didn't get that much like in the DL or DL2, but still could live from their money. And we
Yeah.
got also a little bit money, and I was studying during that time, so it was pretty okay.
What'd you study?
Business administration.
Hmm. And what's your day job now? Like you do the coaching, but you don't you work in the family business?
Yes, yes, we have a family business. We are like it's um, I don't know how it's really called, but we have nurses, like nursing company for other people, and they're visiting them at home, and we have also like
Well, that's cool.
daycare for
Daycare
people.
and like a nursing staff that goes out to visit people at home that need a nurse at home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's cool. So
stuff like
then
this. And
you basically got right into that then as you while you were still playing, or did you, because Kazi and you both, or your brother, you guys both
yeah,
stopped the same year, that year after Hellbrown, right? That was his last year too.
yeah. Actually, I
2012,
didn't in
13.
my last year. Actually, I don't know, but in my last year, I didn't. I mean, I played maybe 7 or 8 games, so I didn't. It was like actually it was really unnecessary, but I kind of didn't really want to stop. But then my son was born and the business started, and then so I had to quit and to take the next step in my life.
Yeah.
And then Misha, my brother, and he also quit playing and joined our company, and yeah, also studied for 3 years, and now we are running this together, and yeah, still playing a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fun. So you have a son. How old is he? Does he play?
Yeah, he is a goalie.
Goalies, eh? Aren't they weird?
Yes, but actually, he right from the start he wanted to be a goalie, and
Well, I've seen how big you are. Is he a big boy too?
yeah, he is really big. He is big, which is probably good for goalie. For goalie, he is playing also in Düsseldorf, and he under 13. He is from 2012, so
Well,
he
he's the
was
same age as my son. And I had
yeah,
him that year in Hellbron. So I don't know if
yeah,
Colby was born that year and when we would have been seeing each other.
2012, yeah.
Yeah.
When? Which month?
December 5th.
December 5th, 2012.
Yeah.
Ah, so it was another season because David, my son, was born in January 11th.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It
So it was the year
was a
before.
previous season. It was a
Yeah.
previous season, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's interesting you start connecting all these dots, eh? Uh
yeah,
it'd be hilarious if someday we were at the same hockey tournament watching our kids play, right?
it would be great.
That would be great.
Why hockey tournament? NHL, NHL.
That's right. No, but like it's so neat for me now because the hockey people are the hockey people, and I go to these small town arenas like with my son, and literally almost every arena I go into, I know somebody from some past thing, like a guy I've played against, a guy played with, and it's like it's such a small world. And now all the hockey people are having kids, and they're all about the same age, and then you start seeing the same people from your childhood at the arena again.
Yes, same thing, same thing. It's also like former teammates, whose kids are playing in different teams. You start to see them every weekend on the tournaments, which is really nice. And
Yeah.
keep in touch like that through the kids and through the kids hockey, and that's great.
Yeah, it
I
is.
like it.
Kids hockey's awesome. I actually had it written down if you knew Brad, but yeah, he's a beauty, and it's good having good hockey guys in a town in like Düsseldorf now, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it would have been interesting though. You guys grow up as twins. Obviously, I've never been a twin, so it's got to be pretty nice to have a brother that's also into hockey too, and you get to grow up playing hockey with your brother. You're always on the same teams, and that must be quite the bond you two guys have, eh?
Yes, that it definitely is. I mean,
You guys aren't sick of
I
each
think
other yet? You work together too?
yes, yes, but hockey wise, like after the junior hockey, like Misha went pro, I didn't, so it kind of like we were kind of separated hockey wise, but which and then we had a chance like after our careers to play for Team Israel, to play all those tournaments, world championships, to like once again to
To
share
become
this gold medal.
legends of Israel? Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't consider like myself as a legend, but
Yeah,
still,
yeah, you should.
it's but to share it with Misha, with my twin brother, it's like it's really it's a big deal for me and for him for sure too, and that was it kind of reunited, you know, like after it's great.
So here's a cutting edge question. Do you plan on being a player coach or just a coach on the men's team? Because you were still playing for them last year. Are you going to be a player coach? Or are you done?
No. I actually no. Even before that tournament, the last tournament, there were some issues with the coaching stuff, and we were thinking about that. And I don't think it's a good idea. We have because I have my experience with that, and I didn't like it, and I don't know. Maybe somebody can do it. Somebody can handle those things. I don't. We have been. I think last year, I don't know if you heard, there's a LATAM Cup or in Florida.
Yeah.
It's for like Latin American teams. We played Venezuela and we played I don't know, Central America, and that's also a funny story because in the final game of the Latin Cup for the Latin American teams,
Yeah.
for Latino teams, they were playing Israel against Egypt.
Israel against Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
How'd
We
that
actually
go? Did you beat Egypt?
no,
Oh,
3-0.
really?
I mean,
I
yeah,
thought you
we
I
were,
thought you guys had crushed the Egyptians.
and actually, I was blaming myself for that because in that tournament, I was the like coach and the player,
Yeah.
and I was and when you put, as a coach, I can make decisions. I can cut players. I can, but as a player, I can tell somebody, hey, no, you're not going out there. My line is going. You know, I can
It,
do that. I'm not.
I totally agree. It's a very, very hard thing to do. And then to be able to make the decisions in real time when you're going on the ice and
Yeah.
then coming off the ice, it's like there's quite a bit going on during a game to make sure. Like there's obviously easy times of the game where you're just rolling your three lines and you carry on. But like when it starts getting trickies and penalties and all that stuff, like you need a guy on it, right? And I wouldn't want to be a player coach. And the other part of that is you wouldn't want to put yourself out instead of someone else. But also, it's like when you tell them they got to back check to there, or they got to block that shot, or they got to win that puck battle. It's like, well, if you're the player coach, you better be going out there doing all that.
Yeah, that's it. So player coaching is not mine. I mean, and
So
still was a great.
you're retired.
Yes, for the national team, yes. I
Okay.
mean, I'm still part of the other projects, and
And the Bat Yam
and
Dolphins, you could lace them up for, right?
yeah, of course, why not? The next summer in the summer league, or like I said, we have like other different projects. There's also one big thing. I don't know if you ever heard about the Maccabi Games.
No.
No, the Maccabi Games is actually after the Olympic Games to the Paralympic Games. It's the biggest sports tournament in the world. But
Really?
it's like for Jewish, but it's for Jewish people.
Yeah.
It's for Jewish how you say athletes,
Yeah.
and like and it's every like all 4 years. It's
Yeah.
in Israel, and hockey is also like part of that.
Well,
And
that's cool.
that's really cool. And I was fortunate enough to participate once as a player. And last year, I couldn't play because I had my surgery on my knee. So I was asked to coach Team Europe, and actually, like Canadian and American teams are really strong. We can't compete with them.
Yeah.
But but with Team Europe, we beat Israel in the
That would have been
in the
confusing for you, eh?
bronze medal game, in the bronze medal game, in the overtime, in the
Oh
overtime.
man, you just crushed your friends' hopes and dreams.
Yes, and it was fun. And it was fun.
Yeah, because beating your friends is fun.
Yeah, but and we the score was after 8-8 was the score after the third period, and we tied the game like 5 seconds before the
Overtime
and then
before the end of the game, and
before
then
the
you win it.
overtime, and then of course they were really not in a good mood, and then we scored. I think in the first shift on overtime, we scored the game winner and won a bronze medal.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You have had an interesting hockey journey, man.
Yeah. So to answer to come back to your question, when I with the national team, I will be only coaching.
Yeah.
But I'm still part of other projects, and of course, I still love to play the game too. And whenever it's possible, and whenever I can do it, I'm gonna play.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't really play anymore. I don't really have any interest because I hurt too much if I go skating around too much. I just do the coaching, and that's enough for me. And then talking in my shed. But if there was a game that interests me, if Wendell Clark was coming back, or if there was something like that, some kind of charity games, like I'd be all for it. And in the UK, I've been asked back for a couple testimonials for friends, where if they play 10 years on one team, they get a testimonial game, which is basically they have a game for that player and he gets to bring back teammates. And I tell you that it's as fun as hockey gets getting to play those games and participate in the whole weekend. Are you there? Anyways, moving on. So you played junior.
Yeah.
Hey, you played
Yes.
junior, and then you start out with the Rattinger Ice Aliens in the German Fifth League. It says in the 3 relegation games, you had 17 points. Is that real?
Yes, if it's that there. I mean, it was a relegation game. Which year it was?
What's your first? It says 17 points in 3 games played in the relegation.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points.
Yes, we probably didn't have like really strong opponents, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. 9 goals in 3 games there. But so what do you think? You didn't have any like pro options after junior then? Because your last year at junior, you put up really good numbers.
Yes. Yes, but there was from that team, Misha and another guy, Adrian Riegel, played like for more than 15 years DL career, and they had their pro contracts, and I didn't, and I must also blame myself for that because I was too lazy maybe at some point, and didn't work too hard for that. I thought everything will go the good way anyways, but it didn't.
I know what you mean. Yeah. It's like when I broke into pro, my body, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what it took. I didn't know what everybody was doing, and like I didn't know like how dedicated the pros are to get into it and to stay in it, right?
Yeah. So, and in my situation, I don't know. I think when I realized that I could have a chance, like to be a pro hockey player, I was too old. Like I was 24 maybe or 25, and then you're not a young kid anymore, but you're not mature enough, and you will not have a chance.
You only have that window, right? When you're breaking into it, that's your window to do it. And yeah, no, I agree. When I went to the AHL for my like tryout at the end of my college career, like I wasn't prepared enough. I wasn't ready to rock. And that, when I look back on like making it, like making more money, going to better leagues, even when I got to Europe, I'd be going to different leagues. If I would have gone to the HL, done well, put up some numbers, it changes everything, like where you can go with that on your resume, right?
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. So,
but once again, this is the experience and
the
which
things
I
you can
have.
learn from to like help the
Yeah,
kids nowadays, right?
of course. That's the point. Yes.
That's what it's all about. So, yeah, that German fourth league, it looked like almost every year you played a lot of playoff games. So did you ever win it?
No.
There was
Never been.
one year it said you had 27 points in 16 playoff games with Nooser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noise. Yeah, it was great times. We were a really great team. This team was built of really good guys, good players, but none of us was a professional. Every single guy had a job, and but there was I played Noise, I think, for 5 or 6 years, and
Where's
I
that?
still have a lot of friends. Sorry, Noise. It's right beside Düsseldorf.
Okay.
It's not far away. It's like 15 minutes ride from Düsseldorf, and we had really a great team. We didn't have, but there were like every season we had a good team, but there were always another team which was strong, like just because they had more money or for different issues. But we still had a lot of fun playing, and I still have a lot of friends from that times.
Well, yeah,
And
looked like you guys were good. Like almost every year, there's a lot. Like when you look at guys, when the research team gets hot, like I'd look at playoff games, and it's like because that's when I thought hockey was fun. Regular season's cool and all, but like hockey gets fun in the playoffs, and you played a lot of playoff games.
yes, yes, but on the other hand, I don't know how they count it, because I think after it's not the same playoffs like you play in the US, I think. But yes, we were always the first round. The regular season we were always good, and then we just moved up and played a lot of like
The
yeah,
good with
kind of play.
yeah. Okay, so then when that you do it for 10 years, you shut it down, right? 2012-13, it's over, and you take 2013-14 off. How do you decide to get back, or how do you get into Israel hockey and join the Bat Yam Dolphins?
Actually, I never knew there was hockey in Israel, because if I knew like earlier, I would try to join all this like years before, and then we are friends in Germany, and we were talking about like hockey, and we were talking about Israeli hockey, and then all of a sudden, it's a woman. She said, I know someone, he's living in New York, and he's the manager of the Israeli hockey team. And I said, what? Why? There's a national team? There's a national team? How is that going? And then I just wrote him a message. It's Felix Kozak. He's still helping the team a lot, and he's living in New York. And we chatted a couple of times, and he gave me like the number of Evgeni Gusin, who is a legend also in Israel hockey. He was a great goalie back in the days, professional player. And I just called him, and the first call was like, yeah, hi, my name is Zhenya, and I want to join the Israeli national team and play hockey in Israel. And he was like, yeah, where do you live? I was like, I live in Germany. And he said, cool. Yeah, call me when you're in Israel. Bye-bye. And that was the first call.
That was it, eh?
Because, yeah. And then it was like, and then I was like, yeah, he didn't really believe me. And then, but the point was, I called him before my journey was planned to Israel. So like the next week I called him, and he was like, hey, Jay, I am in Israel now. He told me to call me. And he was like, call the coach, whatever. And then a couple of weeks later, Misha came to Israel, and then how it all started. And then due to the IHF rule, we had to live in Israel for a little time and play the games play in the league for 2 years. And that was the time when we became Israeli champion twice.
Yeah.
and I think it was around 2013, 2014, something around that, and then we got the ability to play for the national team, and the first tournament was in 2017, I think, when we
And you won bronze, it looks like to
yeah
me.
yeah, and
It's a
our
pretty
coach
neat
was Derek
story.
Eisler.
Who?
Our coach was Derek Eisler. Derek Eisler was our coach. I think he was a great coach. First experience. He was also, I think, a development coach in the San Jose Sharks system,
Oh, yeah.
and was I mean, he was like an old school and tough and hard guy, but I learned a lot from him, really a lot. And
You can learn a lot from every coach you end up having through your career, right? Like everybody might give you one little trick that sits
yeah,
with you, right?
yeah, of course.
So yeah, you guys did win with Batya in the first 2 years. What, I got a random question. Israeli food. I probably already asked you this before, but if
Yeah.
you were in Israel, what would you want to eat when you go back?
Yeah, you asked the same question
See,
last
I got
last.
issues with food. I
Yeah,
know.
but
I can't remember.
yes, actually, I would agree with my brother, because when I come to Israel first, I go to visit my grandmother, and
Right.
she is cooked
And
for the best. But if you, but actually, Israel is known for great food. There are so many small places, big places. You have everything for different tastes. You have like Arabic food, Jewish food, Italian food. You have everything, and I love. For example, I love the shawarma
oh
places,
yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
there's like, and they have in north of Israel, they have like great meat, and you have great steaks and all the stuff, because they're, and like
That's
you will come to Israel, you will find definitely something you will like.
oh yeah, you had me with shawarma. Uh so what else do I got here? You got any questions for me while I'm looking at my notes again?
Any questions for you? Yeah, I have a question. I have, first of all, you asked me about going around the ring. The guys who were starting the summer league in Israel, they also now playing some charity games, and all over the North America. Like I think they play in Dallas and Colorado and Florida and New York and also in Canada. So if you want to step on the ice somewhere with Team Israel and or a bunch of guys who played in the summer league from North America, let me know. I can connect you with those guys. And
So I would get to play for Team Israel in North
yes,
America?
yeah, well,
I would play for Team Israel for sure.
yeah. And you need to get also Tal Avneri, who was the manager of the league, who suspended himself
What?
because he fought a referee during the season.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, he was dead. Yeah, he
The
was fighting a
manager
referee.
of the league fought a referee.
Yeah, I was. It's Israel, man. It's like
Was he
it's
playing in
Middle
the
East.
game and the manager of the league and fought a ref?
He was playing in the league, and before, I mean, he got in contact. It wasn't really a big fight, but still, you got suspended one game. But he is a great guy, and
He
like,
held himself accountable, eh? He suspended
yeah,
himself.
it's a good sign.
The-
No, but I can connect you with him, and you should get him on the chat, and he
for
will tell
sure.
you. He'll tell you a lot of nice stories how the league is working, what the plans are, and you'll get your invitation for the games in North America.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun, man. Yeah, no, it seems like a really cool thing that's been started in Israel, and every guy I've talked to that's gone over there to play raves about their experience and about the country of Israel.
I mean, it definitely is for me. For me, it's something different, because like it's my second home. Like I'm not like really a tourist there, but I still love to come to Israel. And even if I'm a couple of times a year, I'm in Israel. Not every time we get a chance to play hockey there, so it's always a special experience to be there and to play. And this year also, once again, my son was with me, and so he had a chance to see me like playing not only pickup games here in Düsseldorf, but like
Yeah,
real,
playing real games.
real games, and he was cheering for us, which is makes it also special.
It sure does. Yeah, like that'd be neat for my kids to see me play again because it's been a while. Yeah.
Team Israel. With
Team
an
Israel.
Israel, Team Israel.
I think that would be so cool if I got to play for Team Israel. Like I got to play for Team Canada once in roller hockey, but never in ice hockey. I never played for my country. So it'd be pretty neat to play for Team Israel.
Why not? Would be great.
Yeah, fun is fun, right?
Yeah.
So 2018-19, you guys win gold in Mexico then, right? And then
Yeah.
you bump up to Division 2A. How big of a jump is that?
It is a big jump because in that division you play teams which have professional and semi-professional players.
Yeah.
In the lower division, it's not. And I think between every division there's like it's a huge step. When you see stats, you will see like you have like also a couple of teams always going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
That's why and that's why we are really happy that could keep the
You
level
stayed
the
up.
last year. Yeah, we stayed up for the last two years. Actually, one year we was lucky, and this year we beat Iceland in the last game, which allows us to stay. And now we can take the next step. And I hope that this year I can help as a coach, and I know like the guys will take the next step and maybe like win a couple more games and maybe go so we can build up and go for a medal someday.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch your team keep growing, right? And keep getting better. It's like for me, it's Team Great Britain. It's like I love that team. A bunch of my friends are on it, a bunch of shed guys. And like when I
Yeah.
went over to Cardiff this summer, they even gave me like the Team Great Britain golf shirt and pants. And like it actually like meant a lot because like I really enjoyed watching their story of they worked their way up to the very top
Yeah.
and like they get to play
Yeah.
Canada and the US and then you see them stay up the one year and you think the pride they must feel to accomplish something like that. And then they did get knocked down a year ago, but then they went out and won it again on home ice and earned their way back to the top group. And to see that country's hockey team improve and grow and keep getting better, it is pretty magical stuff.
It is. It is pretty magical, and the British League is getting better and better. One of our top players, David Levine, he played last year. He played in Nottingham,
Right.
and we also chatted about that a little bit. And I also had a possibility to talk to some agency in Germany about the British League, and the league is getting better. And once again, no matter how and no matter what, for me, like we talked before, to play against great players is a great experience, anyways. And
Yeah.
like I played in my career, I didn't have the chance to play with great players too much. I mean, I played the ex-NHLs. I played like Alexander Silvanov.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
know
to the end of
Sally.
his career. Yeah, you know him. Yeah, I don't know what
He
you
came to
know.
Beatingham for a tryout, and then
Yeah,
that was back when we had a coach that wouldn't let us do nothing. We weren't allowed to have any fun on the ice. It was just
yeah,
keep it as simple and stupid as you can. And Sally and
yeah.
I were line mates for a game, and we started having fun and dropping it and like doing like we were just playing and having a great time. And the coach lost his mind and released him because we were having too much fun playing hockey.
It's German hockey. You have to be careful.
Yeah. Sally was
No,
hilarious. Oh, that guy's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, I don't. Misha. I mean, Misha knew him from the DL and from other times, but I didn't know him personally, and but just met him on the ice, and he is a great person, and he's a great personality, and he's a great hockey player, and like I said, for no matter on which level to play against good players, against great or against even great players. In case of the Great Britain team, who played Canada and the US, it's a great experience, and if you learn from that, you
You keep
grow.
growing. Yeah. It's the same
Yeah,
as
you keep
like
going. That's what it's all about.
when you make that next step in hockey careers, and it's like when you go from junior to like NCAA or wherever, it's like it takes some time to adjust and feel comfortable and be ready
Yeah.
to play at that level. But it's the practicing with guys that are the next level and then eventually you can try and become the top guy of that level, right? And then you try and get to the next level, and then it's just you just keep fighting in hockey, right, to get to the top.
Yeah, but this is how it works, right?
It
And
is.
that's also that. I mean, we talked about that in the last time, and in this in the summer league. That's why it's also great for the Israeli players to play in that division, to play in the summer league, because like they get the experience from the elder guys and from the guys from the other leagues, from other teams, and professional players, and they learn how to, I don't know, like how to prepare for the games, how to behave, how to like handle some situation in the games. And if you put all this together, that helps you grow hockey, and
Yeah.
then they can teach the other kids,
And you
and
keep
that's the
growing and
great
keep
thing
getting
about it.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's
well, the only other thing is like, I could talk to you about coaching all day because obviously you have a deep passion for it as well as I do. It is just
yeah.
so much fun. And I now, like, I'm such a fan of Team Israel. Like, I can't wait to see how your three teams do, you know?
Yeah, it's a difficult situation right now. I don't.
Yeah.
The U20 World Championship should have been in Israel in January, but they removed it to Bulgaria now because of the political situation. And right now, it's not even sure that Israel will be able to participate due to safe security reasons.
Yeah.
But we hope for the best, and we hope that that we can prepare, that we
Yeah.
get the time to and I mean, and the U20 team have also they have really good chances to promote, and that's the goal there, to win the gold medal. And
Yeah. And it would really be too bad if you guys weren't able to participate because I always talk about you only get so many hockey years in your life, and those kids, if they don't get to participate, like this is their chance to have that memory, to win something, to
yeah,
feel that pride for the rest of their life. And it's shouldn't they you would hope they get to do that, right? Because if you miss this year, then those memories that they can't happen.
yes, of course, on a personal level, it is exactly like you said it. But I'm looking a little further, or trying to look a little further, and I must say that those kids who are now playing the U20 World Championship, there will be some of them. I mean, I consider them to play for the men's team, and some of them will be there or should be there like over the next years, and they need the experience to be in the U20 World Championship to they need those games, they need those experience to be better and to help the men's team someday. So it's like on both levels. It would be a loss if
Yeah.
we couldn't. But like that's what I'm teaching also my kids. We have to focus on things we
Can
can
focus on.
we can handle, because we don't have an influence on the other things.
Yeah.
So right now we just try to prepare.
Yeah.
So if we
And
have a chance to play, we can show
yeah.
what we can do, and
And that's all
that's
you
it.
can do is prepare the best
Yeah,
you can, and hopefully you guys get the opportunity. And yeah, I yeah. Well, I mean, it's been great catching up with you again, man, and seeing you. Happy you're doing well. And yeah, I think it would be quite the day if I got to play for Team Israel over here.
yeah. We will do it. Maybe one
I
day we'll play
I
together
I did it,
somewhere.
yeah, that would be
Somewhere.
sweet. Me, you, and your brother, just a bunch of shed guys mucking it up.
Yeah, yeah. Look, how many you have? How many? You have like over 300 podcasts, right?
Yeah, there's been a
You
lot
can,
of them.
you can. I mean, it's a lot, but you should make a shed tournament.
Well, I know, like when I've thought of that, it's like, but people, you need money to do something like that, right? And like you need to get people all in one place. It's like the way this works is I can talk to you guys all over the world, right from my shed in my backyard, and I don't have to bring anybody here. I don't have to go anywhere, and it works. And it's like, but when I think about all the shed guys, and like there's legends of Germany, there's legends of Great Britain, there's legends of Israel, there's Swedish guys, Finnish guys, a bunch of Canadians, a bunch of Americans, and it's like to think of the possibilities if I had like a real backer with money to put on an event somewhere with like
Yeah.
a shed guy tournament, that would be like the most epic weekend of my life.
You should think about it, right?
We
Now you
should.
know some. Now,
You planted the
since you know
seed.
some Jewish guys,
Yeah.
maybe the money will come.
But it would be a lot like when I first started this, and I was just so in love with the shed and everything that was happening, and I started realizing like maybe you can accomplish things I never thought I could before. And then I decided the crazy idea to host a golf tournament in Kincardine here in the middle of nowhere and say I'm having a Two Ales and Hockey Tales golf tournament. And I didn't know if I'd get anybody to come because nobody really lives nearby. And then sure to shit, over 80 people showed up for my golf tournament of my
Wow.
hockey family. And it was guys from junior hockey, it was guys from college, it was parents I had coached their kids, and it was all these people from my life that came to support the shed. And I tell you, it's heartwarming shit when days like that happen.
Yeah, but it's great. So let's see, nothing is impossible.
Right?
Maybe a
And then,
hockey
yeah,
shed world championship.
a shed guy
You said you
and
have
gal
Canada,
world
Israel.
championship. And then my kids could see me play again.
Yeah.
Right? That would be pretty magical stuff, but
That
like
would,
we'd have to figure out where it's going to be played because man, there's a lot of different opportunities.
yeah.
Oh man. Well, I guess we better get back to the real world, eh?
Yes, we have to. I have to go too, but I hope that we can have another shed
Oh, we
and
will. It's too
in a
much
couple
fun not
months.
to, right? Yeah.
In a couple months, and maybe with some more gold medals or bronze medals or whatever, new plans, and so we can.
Yeah.
We have a lot of more things to talk about.
I completely agree. And these puppies keep getting bigger, right? And you're gonna have some guys that you're probably gonna really believe in, and you'll tell me who are shed guys, and then maybe we can get their names out there because that's one thing I love about doing this is I can promote the good people in hockey. I can promote the people I think can do special things or the type of people teams would want. And I tell you, it just warms my heart when I can help out friends, you know?
Yes, same thing with me, and I'm sure in the world of hockey we will find more people who wants to help,
And we will
we'll,
help. Yeah, and it's been
we
great.
will help, and
We,
with
yeah,
that amount of help, we will do something great. Do something
exactly.
great.
People helping people. It's a powerful thing, folks. Get
And,
involved.
and promote hockey, promote.
Yeah, promote the great people of the game, and you are one of them. Keep running amok in the coaching world, and I guess you'd have to name your brother the captain again. Eh? You're not going to strip him of the C, are you?
I don't know. It depends. Depends
See,
on how much he'll pay. It depends on how
yes.
much he'll pay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of
I'm gonna
contact with
blame it
the
on the
players.
politics if he's the captain. I'm gonna say, oh, he's just the captain because his brother's the coach.
I tell you one thing. I mean, I don't have a lot of contact with the whole team, but I know I have a contact with only one player all year, and if he is not going to be in a good shape, he is not going to make the roster.
That's well, go Team Israel in every age group. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man, and keep raising the puppies right. And hockey needs more people like you and your brother. Go Shed, guys. And this has been another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Kazi and Wally.